I've always been kind of curious to see what's up in these rocks. We're gonna have to go up here and check it out. We'll be going up in there, just off US 395. Gonna walk the rest of the way, get some good exercise, a little bit higher elevations. You can see how interesting these rock formations are. I've been wanting to come up here for quite a while now. Really like these boulders and the formations of the stone. Where there's willows, there's water. I see a little shack or cabin up here a little ways. It's a spring through here, as you see in the hill. I hear something in this bushes right here. I think it's a big Yellowjacket's nest. I'm gonna get out of here while I can. And they're all in here getting the mud also. So luckily I haven't been stung yet. It's like a little oasis there. And you can see it immediately goes back to being very dry. But like I said, I'm pretty certain there's a big Yellowjacket's nest by that spring, and I don't want to risk getting stung. Here's that cabin that I was talking about. I like the view. This is a great little spot. Well, these records of their visiting here are fairly well executed. I like the artwork on these VW buses. BJ Myers comes here every fall, usually in October, but once in November. And you can see where 2014, they were here, 2017, 2020, and 2022. So that means he's about due for another visit. I'll have to check back and see if he checked in. Nice little canyon in here. You know, it looks like there's another structure over here too. Let's take a look. It's kind of nice because it's protected out of the wind and there's water in here. And there's a road going right up to it. A little rough in spots, but a road nonetheless. And it's only a stone's throw away from that other cabin. Well, this part of the spring water looks clear. This is the end of the road. Here's the cabin. Wow, look at that door. Oh, it's locked. Whoa, it is really locked. Look at this. It's a steel door with 2 padlocks on it. We'll just close this up and left it just as we found it. This is their view. You can see the condition of this cabin from the outside. I'm not sure what it looks like on the inside, but it's definitely all locked up very secure with a steel door. And that's fine by me because I didn't go on this hike looking for any cabins. I just stumbled across these by accident. Looks like the rainwater goes rushing right past this little cabin. Just misses it. Looks like it's been here for quite a while. Doesn't appear to be vandalized from the outside. Well, I'm going to continue on with my hike and get some exercise and see some sights. I think I'll continue up this hill, and I bet from the top I can get a better view of what's going on around here. Let's see where I want to go. What a nice little hidden valley to have a couple little cabins tucked away. The first one, the closest one here, it has an outhouse a little bit farther from it there, that little building. And then there's the second one, and you can see the access road and the highway. There's the first cabin. There's the second one. There's the lake. I really enjoy this view. Interesting rock formations. I'm only about a third of the way up this hill. There's my pack. And we head on up there. It's kind of look like mine tailings to me. Perhaps this is the mine at one time. That's Conway Summit at the top of that big hill. It's actually very high elevation. Notice there's no trees on it. It's not above the tree line necessarily. The view is really starting to open up. There's Mono City, I believe. Right there in the end. Lee Vining. There those cabins. US 395. It's a very interesting view from up here. I hope you all enjoy it. As predicted, the view just keeps getting better and better the higher up I go. I can see looks like some radio antennas. Communication antennas of some type. That's Mono Lake behind me. We are amongst the boulders right now. So I'm just walking along this ridge here, very close to the top, this large hill. See all the rock formations? We have to go up there. Well, I scrambled up these rocks and I ended up getting myself on top of a spine. It's a narrow spine of rock. It's fairly steep on either side. And this is about as high as I'm gonna be able to get as far as the view. And oddly enough, there seems to be a swarm of ants in those rocks there. It's kind of a warm, muggy day for here. So I'll have to take a look, see what that's about. You can see how narrow this is. Look at this rock right here. So you can see underneath it. It's, maybe 6 feet wide, 10 feet wide at the most. Bodie is in that direction. I'm going to carefully put my camera away and take my time, see if I get up a little bit higher. You can see all these ants that are flying on me. They must be swarming right now, kind of like bees do. Of course, they're not biting, but you can see all the ants. They're on all these big rocks up here on this peak. It's like a swarming behavior. They're not biting. They're irritating. I've got quite a few of them on me, but they're not biting. See that ridge, how narrow it is. And unfortunately, there's a big thundercloud, and looks like it might skirt this peak that I'm on, but it might come across it, so I better keep an eye out for that one. See them all on my hat? Like I said, they're not biting, but they're unnerving. I'm trying not to get too distracted with all those ants because it's a big drop off and I don't want to go there. I think if I keep just moving along, perhaps they won't start swarming on me as much. Look at that lichen. It's so bright. It's bright green yellow. I'm gonna put my hat back on because they're starting to get on my head. Doing the same thing, they're kind of balling together like that. It's a good thing these ants aren't biting me because I'm just covered in them. And I can't really react to them too much because, like I said, I'm on the side of a cliff, literally. But that's okay. I'll just keep moving. I'm being careful, everybody. Glad I could bring you these shots from up here. I don't think many people come up this way. Ants, ants, ants everywhere. That storm appears to be headed this way, so I'm gonna get off this peak. I feel like I'm a lightning rod over here. Just look at all these swarming ants. Luckily, they're harmless. Right behind me, behind this ridge, this thunder cloud is blowing in, so I'm trying to get out of the wind while I'm eating my lunch. Right on the top of the ridge, that's where those ants were. Wind's starting to blow in. I'm going to hunker down for a few more moments, see what this storm does, and I'll go from there. Looking all the way across to Panum Crater. Mono Mills, there's the islands. I believe there's 3 large islands out there. You can hear that wind coming through because there's a thunderstorm right on the other side of this ridge. Let's take a look. I have to get in the wind. Here we go. I can get up here. Heading right this way. Now that I think about it, I just heard some thunder. Now that I think about it, I think the honeybees and the ants are very closely related insects, and I think they do swarm, both swarm certain times of the year. So maybe these ants are starting to start some new colonies for the year. Like I said, they're harmless, but they seem to be in the very, very tippy top of that ridge, just to come down about 20 feet, and they're not down here. Well, I think it's time to get down from here before that thunder shower hits. think the one that's coming by over here is a little bit bigger than that one. I can see the choppy wind on Mono Lake from here. It might start raining pretty soon, but I still got a moment to kind of look at these cliffs, these rocks, and I see a lot of signs for like small rodents. It must be like a condo in here for them. I'm starting to make my way down. Glad to get out of the wind for a minute. As soon as I get around these cliffs, it's going to be a little bit windier. Those sure are interesting. Yeah, don't want to dawdle around too much. There we go. There's that second cabin. This is definitely the little outhouse. The seat's been shot up though. Pretty bad shape. But I think my suspicion is that all these rocks that are like this in these piles, this is some kind of a tailing pile. This was a mining operation in here. Look at the change, the difference. It goes from willows back to desert. The willows, and then it ends and the desert begins. Well, I enjoyed that, everybody. Glad you could come along with. See you next time. I think I'm going to make it back to my truck. Perfect timing, just missed all this rain.